So let's go ahead and take this unit out of here, the AC portion of it. I haven't looked at it yet, and I need to get the back of it out so I can look at it. Let's see. Oh, that done come off. What did I do there? Oh. I got it upside down. It's hot today. This must be the flap. Alright. This is what I'm needing right here. This is what it hooks into. So let's do this. All right, let's see here. So here's the portion of the set is inside here. Okay, cool. So it's just sitting in here. Let me get this out. Okay. Pull these up. Screw right here. Let me grab my gun. So how you gonna? I wonder how you get that back in once you take the screw out. I guess it just clamps back on. On the wall. And here's the section that here's your drain line, here's your copper portions of it. So I'm gonna cut the wall out real quick, get it all set up, and then I'm gonna mount this today, get everything run. I gotta get some tape to wrap all this. So I can put it outside, so I'll get started on that now. I'm doing this at night again. I don't have Didn't get as much done today as I wanted to, so here's the piece here. Let's see if this thing will come out of here. Probably needs to be beat down a little bit. And there it is. So I should be able to just take my slab or my line set and run it right through there. Come out right here. So this is where I want to put the unit. Hopefully this is like in perfect. I'm not gonna have it flared, so I'm just gonna wrap it up and probably come out like this, and then have it come in and go right here. So I'm gonna put my electrical. I'm probably gonna run a whole new line now that I want to. So, and come out with the electrical right here while I got it drilled out. Put me in a little breaker box. It'll look good. So, all right, well, let's get ready to do the unit. And that'll be in a few minutes. All right, I'm gonna plug up the electrical on this real quick. So basically, on this unit, there's a spot right here. Pull this out. Some of this stuff's real aggravating. Yeah, so you pull this out right here. Basically, you take that off there, and you come to the front of the unit. Open this up here, and there's a panel right here. You take this off. This is where we'll do the electrical. And let's see. Get my screwdriver here. Pull this off, and it just falls off. I've already taken it off once just to look at it. It's extremely aggravating. I won't lie. There's two more. There's a clamp right here. Take the clamp off. It's too much. Just keep up your screws when you go and do this. So, but yeah, basically down here you have 1, 2, 3, and then this is your ground. Now they're colored. This is the red one. This middle one is the black. And then this top one, this 3 up here, is the yellow. And this wire, it's not yellow actually. It's like white, green, something. So basically, there's like really there's no instructions on this. But if you do whatever color you do inside, you have to do outside. So like if you do the red on one, you'll do red outside on one, and so forth, and then ground it, because it doesn't do like the typical cut a wire open and you do the color matches. As long as they match up from number to number, same wire, you'll be fine. That's much better. So basically, that's it. Got my clamps right here that clamp the wire down, and then red, black, white grounds. You just have to do the same thing outside. So I'll show that part too as well. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and show y'all how I'm gonna wrap this. So I just use this electrical tape to attach the lines. In there, and then here's the wire to go outside. I'm probably not going to feed all this out. I'm going to coil it up in the wall. That's one cool thing, is I got all this space back here to put this in here. So now I'm going to install the condenser outside. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the electrical, or this here. Outside portion. So same color as is inside right here. And your ground. That's it. Alright, this is basically the last part. I don't have a flaring tool. I may pay to have it flared down, but basically you just have to attach these two. You take this cap off. I took this off when I started the test. Take these off. Just make sure nothing gets in the unit when you're doing this. So, go here. It doesn't say you have to use any Teflon or anything at all. In fact, I don't think you're supposed to, from what I read. So you tighten that down and you have to bend this a little bit. This thing is super stressful to bend because I'm just scared I'm going to bend it too much, break it off, anything like that. You don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to tighten it down. Take your time, don't rush it. Now I'm not starting this up So I'm gonna pay a guy to come put a vacuum on it, do a startup on it, so the unit will run properly. And it says it on the box, you gotta pay somebody to start the unit. They won't warranty it if you do it yourself. So alright, and that's basically it. So when they come to do the unit, they come to start it up, they'll put a vacuum on this right here, and they'll check your line set to make sure that it's got no leaks, that it's vacuum, like it's airtight, I guess. It'll start like this, the gauge will be like at 0, and it'll go to negative. And then when they do that, they'll remove these caps here. And this unit's already charged. So they'll remove these, they'll do an Allen wrench, and they'll release it in there and watch the gauges to make sure that it keeps the pressure that it's supposed to hold. So basically that's it. This is the waste I have. It's kind of ugly. I'm gonna wrap it up and put it up against the house basically, but that's it. So the electrical's next. I haven't done it yet. It's gonna go right here from the other side of the wall. I gotta do some attic stuff, so. I'm not really gonna show this, but basically this is the line I'm gonna use for the electrical. This was a dedicated washer line. There's not enough, so I'm about to attach a new one to it, pull it up to the attic, come back down. The breaker's right here. Added into the breaker that's there, it's a dedicated line, so there's only one breaker, it's at the very bottom. All right, so I ran a brand new wire inside, so there's the old outlet right there, which I just basically flipped around, pushed it out, AC disconnects out there. Wire goes up, comes over, and then it comes in right here. Now, this was an after the fact outlet. I didn't install this, I just replaced it with a new wire, so everything was already done, and I just plugged it into this breaker right here. That's all I had to do. I literally just followed everything that was here, because all I did was make the line longer. I didn't actually make a different gauge or anything or install a new breaker. So this right here. So when they come start the unit up on Thursday, I should be able to just kick it on and test it. So basically you got to get one of these. It's a 60 amp breaker, or it's like a air conditioner disconnect. It's like 18 bucks at Lowe's. It's pretty cheap. It's real easy to install. You come out here. This is all stuff you've got to either pay somebody to do or do it yourself. The electrical is probably a little easier than the HVAC, because if you have a breaker free, you can just install it yourself if you know what you're doing, run wires and stuff like that. So I wired up the AC disconnect. I'm not real technical in electrical, so I'm literally following a picture and what a buddy told me. So the two neutrals, I've got them wire nutted together. I got the grounds to the ground block back here, and then the two hots on this side here. This is just a 120, so you don't have to use all the sides or anything like that. But basically, this is how you would do it. But yeah, so basically here, paid like $12 for this little piece of conduit here. 6 foot, went all the way down, went in the unit there. This is all of the unit inside, like the controls. All you have to do is match up this color here, red, with one inside, so you do the same in there, and so on. So same color on the number here and outside, or inside. And then here, this is your live wire, it's the black. This is your neutral, which is the white, and then you have your ground down here. This was the most complicated part to find on the internet, just to make sure I'm doing it properly. So I just wanted to make this video to help out people who are doing that. This is a 120 unit, it's not a 220, and it's a little bit different on the 220 systems. So, but this is basically how you would do it here. That's basically what it would look like when you're finished. So, and altogether it took me about 6 hours. That's 6 hours. I had to film a bunch of stuff, put all the stuff in myself. I didn't count the little pad and that. You know, I poured that and then came back the next day and did it. But altogether, it's really easy to install. I'm not a handyman or nothing. I just work in the construction field. So I've got a lot of tools and everything that help me do that. But a lot of this, I just see people do every day. So it comes in right here, goes up, connects right here. I connected it. I just have a little tape on it right at the moment. The drain line's right here. It runs out as well. When they come do the vacuum test, if there's an issue, I'll have them get in there. And then the unit's right here. this pops off right here. So, and that's where the little Wi-Fi module goes. So let me go ahead and do that real quick and show you all that. So well, the module's right here in this box. This is the little USB. Now I'm gonna use this a lot since I'm not gonna run the unit during the day. I want to set it up where when I come home from work, it comes on. Did I put that in right? Maybe not. Let's. It's a little bit aggravating. Okay, and now it's in. So basically that sets up the Wi-Fi on it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a little LED that pops up right here. Right here, tells you the temperature. I don't know, the remote's got all the gauges, but basically this is the portion of the install where you install the unit. Like I said, it's not crazy hard or anything. I opted to do mine through the drywall and out the bottom of the brick. Some people do it through the brick straight out, down. It's probably, the hard part about that one is doing the electrical, or doing the brick, drilling a hole through the brick. That's super aggravating. It takes time if you don't have the right tools. And the bits are just crazy expensive. So, but that's the remote. But that's basically it. I'll have a video of the startup and the first time I run it, see the temperature and how it sounds and everything. And then basically we're done to this and we'll be on to something else.